Hey guys, Rental Robert here, and today I'm going to be teaching you step by step how to get your very first rental property. So first of all, why do you want a rental property? The reason to get a rental property is it's going to be able to generate passive income. That means less hours of work, so you don't have to work the 9 to 5, and you have more time to do the things that you actually enjoy, whether that's doing your hobbies, starting a business, or spending more time with family. I think time is actually a more important currency than making money. So that's why I think rental properties are great, just because you can use your passive income and it gives you a lot of different options. The first step is choosing the property type. So would you be looking to buy a condo? Would you be looking to buy a single detached home? Or would you be looking to buy a multifamily home? So I prefer multifamily homes because they're actually designed to generate income. So a multifamily home is a home with multiple different units within it. So they all have their own separate kitchens and bathrooms. So there could be a duplex, which means 2 units in one building, triplex, fourplex, etc. So what is the benefit for investing in a multifamily home? Well, with a multifamily home, you could actually live in one unit and you could rent out the others. So if you bought a 4-unit apartment complex, you move into one and you rent out the other 3, and that's a great way to get started in real estate. Another consideration is your total capital. The more money that you put down, the lower your mortgage payment. If you put down less money, your mortgage payment is going to be bigger, but that's fine. Sometimes you're able to find a deal with very minimal capital that's going to make you a lot of cash flow, and then you start small and you just keep reinvesting and buying more and more properties. I like to think of it as a snowball. You get your first property and then you reinvest in a second one, and then the snowball is just getting bigger and bigger over time. So that's kind of how real estate investing works. You start with 1 property, now you have 2 properties, then you work towards 4, then 8, etc. So you just keep building your way up, you keep reinvesting in your profit, and eventually you're just buying more and more properties. So if you're looking to invest in real estate or buy rental properties, one of the most important considerations is when you buy the property, are you actually going to be able to rent it out? The process I use to mitigate risk is actually by posting a fake ad. When you post a fake ad, you can say, I have a 2-bedroom for rent for $1,500. If you get 20 or 30 replies, you're going to have no issue renting out the property. But what happens if you get 0 replies? Chances are either your rent is too high or there's just no demand in that area. So the difference between an Airbnb property and a long-term rental is that with a long-term rental, you just collect the rent once a month. With an Airbnb property, you're charging a daily rate. So a long-term rental is actually more of a passive income strategy. With an Airbnb, it's a bit more hands-on because you're doing day-to-day tasks. You have new guests coming, you have cleaning, etc. So long-term is a bit more passive, but Airbnb, you can make a ton of money. So it just depends. Do you have the time to clean it yourself? What are your expenses? And also the location. Some areas just aren't going to be good for Airbnb. I usually check on AirDNA to find out the area statistics, to find out the daily rent and the occupancy rate. Once you know the occupancy rate, we know the opposite is the vacancy rate. So you just plug that into the calculator because you know that an Airbnb is not going to be rented out every single day. So what if you don't have a lot of capital? You definitely can't afford a house and you just have a very small down payment. You could always consider doing what's called house hacking. So you could invest in a 2-bedroom apartment. You could actually live in 1 bedroom and then there's a shared kitchen area and then you could rent out the other bedroom. So that's one of the strategies is called house hacking. You could do that with a 3-bedroom apartment as well. Just rent out the other 2 bedrooms, live in 1, and then you can get them to pay off your entire mortgage while you're living there for free. And then you can continue to save during that whole process. So you save up and then you can buy more and more properties. The good thing is, as you own the property, the real estate value continues to rise, meaning that you're taking advantage of building equity from them paying down the mortgage and the appreciation of the real estate going up in value over time. So let me show you an example of how we would analyze a property. So we're going to search a city first, then we're going to sort by multifamily unit. And then after that, we're actually going to hide all the pending deals. So you would just filter that out like this. So now I like to sort through the listings. I'm either looking for the newest listings or the lowest price, depending on what I'm looking for. So the benefit for looking under the newest listings is sometimes you're able to find opportunities before anyone else. So if you find a property that was listed 5 minutes ago and you're the first one to analyze the deal, you might get that. On the other hand, if we're able to look under the lowest price listings, sometimes we can find distressed properties that would be perfect for fixer-upper deals. Sometimes you can add a lot of value just by doing minor fixes like pressure washing the driveway, painting, etc. Like these things don't cost a lot of money, but they can increase the value quite substantially, and they make the properties look a lot nicer as well. So normally I just scroll through until I see something that catches my eye. This one did because it's $282 and it was listed just 1 day ago. The next thing I do is I look through the property description. So this is a 2-unit building, so it's a duplex. So each unit is a 2-bedroom unit, so we need to find out how much we can rent it out. So I click on this website after searching the average rent, and I can actually sort by 2 bedrooms, so I see it's $2,250. So the first thing that we do is we take the purchase price for the property and we need to enter that into the spreadsheet. So once we open up the spreadsheet, we enter in our purchase price. I decided to do it with 20% down, 2% for closing costs, and we can see our mortgage payment there. Now we need to enter in how much we're able to rent out each unit. So now that we've entered in the rents for the 2 units, we can see it's making around $54,000 in income, but it's not all profit. We have our expenses section as well. So on the ad, you can actually just scroll down to property details, and you can see over here we have the property tax and the home insurance. So now that we've actually entered the property details into the spreadsheet is going to calculate everything for you, so we can see the net operating income, cap rate, cash on cash return, and our cash flow analysis. Now, like I said, we could actually analyze this deal as an Airbnb as well. So it's the exact same information. We would take the purchase price, all of the details from the ad, but we would plug it into the Airbnb spreadsheet. This one's different because it has a daily rental, daily cleaning fee, additional guest fee, and Airbnb experiences. So to find out the daily rental as well as the vacancy and occupancy rate, you can just check this website called AirDNA. So I just copy that over and I paste it right into the spreadsheet. It's super important to realize that an Airbnb property is not going to be rented out every single day. Like someone who lives there for the whole month, you're going to have people coming and going consistently. So we take the vacancy rate. That's going to be the opposite of the occupancy rate, which we are able to find on AirDNA. Also, there's going to be more expenses. With my long-term rentals, I get them to pay utilities. But with a short-term rental, we're actually going to have to enter in a lot more expenses. So we're going to have the same thing, the property tax, home insurance, but we also have gas, electric, water, sewer, maintenance, vacancy, etc. So now that we filled out all the expenses, we can scroll down to see all of our returns. So you could compare, is it better to buy as a long-term rental, or is the property going to be more profitable as an Airbnb? If you guys want access to either of the spreadsheets, I'll post a link in the video description and you guys can get that there. My goal is to hit 100 units, and that is the exact process that I'm using. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and follow for more.